Yo, peace, what's going on, y'all? It's Gilly at 7, Serious Cartoons. You are looking at Untapped Hip Hop TV, and I want to make sure y'all stay locked. Support,
peace. Smoking on the finest, got a little buzz. Didn't do enough, now I'm sipping love. Running out of bud. I am Tino Relz, that's Tinorelz. I'm from Moreno Valley, California, I.E. native, been there like all my life, and I am a rapper, photographer, videographer, aspiring director, model. I do a little bit of a lot, so yeah. I've always been musically influenced, like all my life since I was a kid. Coming up, I actually started as a b-boy. My mom, she was a dance teacher for a long time at a high school, at Valley View High School, doing BSU dance teams and stuff. So I would always go with her to practice and stuff, and I always would learn all the dance moves and everything. But like, eventually, like it transferred over in the emceeing, you know, doing music, like being a part of the music when it was like second grade, I think, and I got into this rap battle. Like, it was some after school program, and it was rap battle, and some big kid came for me, and I'm like, oh, all right. Wasn't about to let him, you know, get on my head. So I spit a couple bars and, like, you know, clowned him, and like I just got all the praise after that. All the homies thought I was dope, and just went from there.
Remember any of the bars that you spit that day?
Man, I don't think so. I just remember he said I looked like Dumb Donald from Fat Albert because I had my beanie on. And I think I ended up calling him White Fat Albert or something like that because he was some fat white kid trying to clown me. I was like, oh, I'm Dumb Donald, then you Fat Albert, you just a white kid or something like that. It was terrible, but man, it was just funny, man. And like, he was like, all right, respect. When I like officially started, like, you know, actually taking it more seriously is prior to me writing poetry, because I'm a poet, you know. I used to write a lot of poems and things. So eventually my poems would just turn into rhymes, and then like it just will flow from there. Like, as far as battling goes, I've probably only done like maybe a handful of battles, you know what I mean? I can't even remember last time I did like a legit battle. But when it comes to music, I just write what I feel, you know what I mean? The way it impacted me creatively was heavy. But like the way I transitioned was kind of simple, if that makes sense. Like, I just was writing one day, but this was around the time, let me see, it was like middle school. So like this was around the time, like the crumping era. You know what I mean? And the homie, he had burned me like a CD of some beats, some crump beats, so I can just crump to or whatever. I'm like, all right, for sure. And I was listening to him, but I was writing. But as I was writing my poem, like I'm listening to the beat, and I don't know, like I said it with the beat, and then I like stopped it. And then I like wound it back to that part, and then like tried to read it over it again. And I was like, oh man, this kind of goes with the beat. So I like read the rest of the poem, tried to match it, and I like took a few words out, added some words in. Then I had like, I guess at the time I technically had like 4 to 8 bars or something, but I couldn't count bars at the time. So I was like, oh man, like I got something here. And like after that, I told my god sister about it, and this was around the time she had moved back with my mom's. And I was like, yo, like, one of my poems just turned into a song. She was like, let me hear it. And then, like, I read it for her. She was like, oh, wait, that was a poem first? I was like, technically, yeah. And, like, it just went. And now, like, I tell a lot of people now, like, it's some of the songs that I've written even now, like, to this day, like you said, like, it just kind of happened previously for some people. It's still some times where I'll write something. I'll probably write it a cappella, but then it'll end up being like a poem. But then I'll finally hear a beat that might match with it. Then it's like, there you go. Some beats already that I'll sit on, you know what I mean? And I'll listen to like, all right, you know, I could probably think of something for that. But if I'm in this writer's block, I guess, in a sense, I probably won't even write a poem. Like, I'll probably like freestyle something more so in my head, and then just kind of like jot down some lines here and there, and then eventually like throw something together and be like, oh, I wrote this earlier, let me add this in there, you feel me? Something like that. But poetry does help, like, especially when I'm writing hooks and stuff like that. And like hooks and like the smoother joints, you know what I mean? Because like my poems are majority like, I don't know, it's another term that's like not as extreme as like an erotica. Like something under that though. Like, it's not to that extreme, but like you know, I'll write some poems, like, you know, so, you know, I like, I guess I could say love poems, I guess, in a sense, like.
Kicking with El Cruz.
Yeah, exactly, precisely. But, like, poetry will definitely will help with me as far as, like, writing hooks, because, like, I can, you know, I'll sit and I'll probably write, like, a simple poem or something, and I'll hear, like, a really chill beat, like a mellow type of beat, and, like, if it goes with it, you know, I'll probably listen to it, probably add, like, a melody or something with it, and it'll just flow through, you know what I mean? When I hit certain beats like that, like, there's a producer I mess with, shout out to Metro, he makes, like, vaporwave trap type of beats.
What's up? What's vaporwave?
It's kind of like, think about an anime show, like with the anime music in the background, but on, like, mixed into a trap beat.
I'm gonna have to hear some of them beats, man.
Yeah, yeah, like, it's like he really puts stuff together, and he likes classic joints too, like stuff from the 90s and all that. So he'll mix some of that with it, and if you sounding wavy, man, I got some joints that he slid me that, you know, I did some work on. But, like, when I hit stuff like that, I'm honestly thinking in more like a mellow K Dot or like Dom Kennedy type of vibe or something, like something I could chill, and I smoke, so something I could probably smoke too, other people could smoke too. I really like for people to, like, hear what I say, like, that's why when people hear my music and they say listen to it and they like it, I appreciate it to the fullest. But I appreciate it more when people, like, listen to my lyrics and saying back to me like, yo, you said woo woo woo, that was tight. Then it's like, oh man, you actually caught that? That's lit. Like, people don't do that. Like especially in this day and age, like, people don't really do that. So it's, oh, the beat nice.
Yeah.
Oh, his flow was cool. But, like, what did he say? Did you hear what he said? Did it sound tight? Like, that's what I go for. And that's no knock to any producer, because of course the beat is gonna make the song 100%. Like, you can never doubt that. The beat will always make the song. But, like, I like for it to be, like, if the beat's going to be the 100, the lyrics need to be the other 100 to make it a whole 200. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a 100 beat and then just, like, 35% of the lyrics. I want the whole thing. Because I like to, like, really sit and analyze, like, songs and, like listen to them over. And the way I visualize things, like, part of me being a videographer, aspiring director and things, I like to come up with my own music videos for certain songs in my head, and, like, that it makes me feel it more, you know what I mean? It makes me feel the song more, like, oh man, I can see it like this. Like, it's just such a vibe every time. So and that's why, like, especially now, like, more people are getting back into music videos and stuff. So it's just something else I'm trying to dip into, you know what I mean? I don't know. How do you I guess I'll have to counter with a question, like, how do you describe your favorite song? Like, that's the only way I would be able to, like, however anybody could describe that, like, that's just what I get. Like, when I think about, I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head I had a random video for. I can't even think. But, like, I'm going to just use a random example of, like Humble, Kendrick Lamar. Like, he dropped Humble, like, he dropped the video for Humble. He didn't drop the single, like, he just dropped the visual, and people went crazy over it. And now, like, when they hear the song, they're going to automatically see that because it automatically came with it. It's like that for me when I hear certain songs. Like, it's instant like that. Like, I hear it and be like, oh, man, I see the video like this. And then when I see the actual video or something, I low-key be disappointed sometimes. It'd be like, oh. You know what I mean? Like, how, like, I don't know. It just, yeah, exactly. Like, it would just have to make me feel good. Like, I guess a pretty decent example I could say, like, Alien Girl by Kendrick Lamar. I don't know if you heard that song. She look better than Beyonce, Alicia Keys. It's a song, but, like, there's not a video for it. But, like, the way I see that video, because it's called Alien Girl, I just see him, like, just in, like, kind of like how they did All the Stars with SZA. But, like, it's just, like, it's literally all the stars and stuff, but it's more so of, like, the outline glow, like, on everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, I really think in depth like that with certain things, like. Yeah, at the end of it all, like, I'm an artist, like, cause when I started doing music, like I said, I started at a young age, but I had put, like, a group together with, like, me and my cousins and my homeboy, and we called ourselves the Cool Pack. It was cool, man, but, like, you know, got a little older, and, you know, everybody started kind of doing their own thing, so everybody kind of dispersed. It kind of, I don't want to say discouraged me, but it just kind of, like, had me like, well, dang, man, like, everybody kind of doing their thing, like, I want to do music, but it's like, I'm not really sure how to like come about it myself, you know what I mean? So I kind of went on a hiatus from it. But within that hiatus, I had to find something else creative to do, and that's when I just picked up a camera. And you know what I mean? Like I was taking photos like right out of high school. That was my side hustle, was shooting photography for like models and dancers and stuff, like getting little gigs and stuff like that.
What's your favorite thing to shoot?
Man, like honestly, landscape.
Really?
To be honest, just cause like don't get me wrong, I love indoor photography and all that, and I have like of course the most experience for creative directory and all that, but like it's just something about things that are naturally there already that just it catches my eye more. Like, cause that's where I started. Like I never really started in the studio. I always started outside. I would just go to like parks and like Riverside and Redlands and stuff and just go take pictures of just plants and just nature and all that stuff, and like just the hills and just the whole city and all that stuff. It just, I don't know, like it gave me a more comfortable feeling of, you know, for photography. Like as far as like, cause with studio photography and things like that is good, but then like there's so much, I don't want to say so much, there can be like some hassle, you know what I mean? Trying to like get people together, wardrobe and the look, and you trying to capture this exact thing, things like that. So like it can work out and I love it, but like if I could just shoot anything all day, I would just go out, I would travel the world and just go photograph things, just places.
What was I guess that first experience that got you hooked on photography, that first shot where you was like, I fucks with this, I can go out and do this, is what I like to do?
Man, that's a good question. You know what? It was when it was high school senior year. We had to do a project, and we had got this new photography teacher, and nobody liked her. She was weird. But I'm like, man, whatever. But I didn't have no camera, so I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna take these pictures. And my uncle happened to come one day. We were about to go to the beach. He was like, oh, I'm gonna leave my cousin camera over here. You know, you could use it if you want to. I was like, oh, all right. there go I can do my homework now. You know what I mean? So I took it with me to the beach, and like, I honestly didn't know how I was gonna do it at first. Like I was sitting in the car with the camera for a long time, and I just would look out the window. I would see stuff like, damn, that look dope. Just take a picture of it, boom. Like, and then when we got there, we went to Venice actually. That was probably like my second time ever being to Venice. And yeah, man, like it's the place to go. And I got there with the cam, and I was on my skateboard and everything, and like I probably took some of the best, most rarest photographs ever. Like at that point in time, it was one. Dang, I don't even remember what it said, but I was skating by and there was like a crowd of people, but then a bum turned around with a sign and he said, got weed. It said got weed, but he was smiling at me and he was pointing low key. It was funny. I was like, man, this guy got me. And like, it just made it fun, you know what I mean? Like like I was saying prior, like capturing stuff in the moment. You know what I mean? Like going to the water and like watching the waves come and just catching that right wave when it hit. Like, damn, I got that. Like, that's tight. And that's when I just fell in love with it. Like, it was really the beach, to be honest, that made me fall in love with photography, because I love waves. As far as, like, trying to do everything, like, I recently dropped a project, 1995. I dropped that back in April this year, this past year. Oh, this year still. Yeah, but, like, it took me, like, a whole year to, like, piece that project up together, because I'm writing to a few songs I have already. I'm trying to get other beats from other producers, a couple bigger ones, like one of my big homies, Skywalk the Don, Nicky D, shout out to Nicky D, he's got a beat from him, and then my other guy Metro, who lives like all the way in the Netherlands, so like I can only hit him up like on any social media or anything, and it's rare because when it's nighttime here, it's daytime there. So
I gotta hit him up on Wednesdays at 2:30
a.m. Exactly, I had to be up at 3 in the morning with him just to ask him something, like just to really catch him, you know. But like doing all that and then contemplating like what video ideas I'm gonna have for it, it definitely can be a lot. And I do stress myself out a lot because, of course, being an artist, I am my worst critic for the most part. But I take it a step at a time. Like, I try to be as patient as I possibly can. I take it a step at a time. Like, I just go, all right, like, what do I know I can finish up right now? I'll finish up a song. All right. Try to get this beat, got the beat. All right. Sit on it for a minute. Okay. I'm going to cook something up to that. Ideas for a video. Who can I get to shoot? Hit up so-and-so. Yo, I got a video idea. Can you whoop-de-whoop? All right. boom, plan that out, okay. Then, oh, I got some ideas, right to that beat finally. And then it just kind of all staggers up, you know what I mean? It all, like, it's like building a wall, basically, you know, laying that, what is it?
Foundation.
That foundation, all that, stacking it up, letting it dry, going on to the next. That's all it is. Just, you gotta find some time because you don't want to overwork yourself. I've been hearing this a lot lately. And I feel like I kind of have been doing it, so that's why I've been trying to be more patient with myself. Like, overworking yourself is not just overworking your body, it's overworking your brain. And, like, your mental will be messed all the way up. Like, if you're not, like, you're not in tune up here and you're just running, doing stuff. And, like, the way that I am, like, I be getting mad when I be doing certain things. So, like, I kind of, like, come at other people when I don't mean to. And I'll be like, oh, man, I gotta chill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but some people understand. It's just the way I am. I'm an Aries, so I'm low-key an asshole, quote unquote.
For sure, man. We've been doing something new with our interviews where we have the last person we interview ask the next person a question. So we have a question right here from, she's a graph artist, and I just found out she's also an MC. Like, at the end of the interview, I was like, damn, I wish I knew this at the beginning.
I'd ask some more questions.
Yeah. But she's a graph artist out in Palm Springs. I'm going to play a question for you.
Okay.
And then go ahead and press play when you're ready.
So, as an artist, what would you say is your most influential part of being you at the end of the day? At the end of your career, what can you say it is that you have done as an artist?
What can I say that I've done? Man, I mean, I don't know, like, it be days where I feel like I haven't done much, but then, like, I started doing solo music by myself maybe, we're in 2019, that was 3 years ago, I think. Like 3 years ago when I officially like started, I dropped my first solo project called Abstract Vibes on SoundCloud. And I've just been going hard ever since. I did my own videos and everything. And like 3 years later, here I am. I got about, I don't even know how many songs. Like 5 projects in, like EP wise and stuff. I don't like, I guess my, sheesh. I don't know, I guess my biggest influential thing, I guess for myself, like for me to influence myself, is one of my songs is called Illustrious. And I got inspired by Currency. I listen to a lot of Currency too. And it's a song he got called Slid. And I heard that beat, I was like, oh, I want this beat so bad. But I couldn't, like, there's no way of getting it. So I'm like, all right, I gotta see if I could get something similar. And I came across something on SoundCloud. I was like, all right, let me see what I could cook up to this. And I was like, man, like, I want to do something great, but like, I don't want it to just be great. Like, what's greater than great? And I just was looking up words, and I came across Illustrious, but Illustrious is more so like being remembered or praised for your past achievements. So I was like, dang, I could step into the future with this one. Because that way I'll drop the song Illustrious, like, years from now, I can just say I've been illustrious. You know what I mean? And, like, hearing that song and just, you know, hearing other people saying, it's one of my most popular songs when I go to perform. Like, a lot of people know that song. So, like, when I think about that and a couple of people telling me, like, they never knew what Illustrious was until I said it, it's just like, man, like, I'm doing something right. Like, and I definitely did something right with that. So, that song alone will always inspire me to be like, you can influence not only yourself but other people as well to be greater, to, you know, achieve goals and things so that they can be illustrious. They can be remembered for those past achievements. Like, and that's what I like to do at the end of the day is, you know, help other people out. You know what I mean? I like to do that. I like to see other people succeed as well, just as much as they like to see me. Like, you know what I mean? At RELZTINO on Instagram. Everything else is at TINORELZ. It's just backwards kind of. Relz Tino Relz. Hashtag Tino Relz. You can hashtag Shot by Tino as well, or at shotby.tino. That's my photography visual company. Hit me up. for photo shoots, video shoots. I sell poster prints of my work as well. Contact me for some beats. I'm working on those as well. Contact for features, shows, anything. They gonna see me as illustrious, praising the guy like a god. He just got by with his luckiness. Peasant, you sound like a fraud. Don't you compare me to amateurs. Put me in front of them cameras, stab on the beat like a dagger. Dropping the mic and I shake, I can see in your face you are shattered. Nigga, you matter. Me and you both, we just matter. Why does it matter what's happening after this? So go ahead, drink your activist. Pour it on more, let it splash and shit. After you done, let me ask you this. What did you learn from your past intense? You ever really had a consequence? Fucking with your whole consciousness? Meditation is a key, oh believe it. Don't ever say you never need it. I used to watch Aang doing this thing, reading between every episode. If you didn't, then it's best you know. You could probably be a bender. Unless you're really just a bender. Talking about Futurama with baby mamas all on Tinder. That double entendre's a kidder. Me, I'm in tune with my element. I got my chakras aligned. More of a bear, not an elephant. Still not believing in time. Still not believing in time. She like, you find it some wine, can I take a sip? Never hesitant to babysit. Why the lyrics so chicaderous? Rather be random and dangerous. They gonna see me as illustrious. Smoking on the finest, got a little buzz. Didn't do enough, now I'm sipping love.